Yas.
we're back. Another one. Shout out to DJ Khaled. We have motherfucking DJ Joseph One.
Hey.
At Joseph One on Instagram. In
the house, motherfuckers. Introduce yourself. Who you? Go around the table. Deeks.
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 Deek $sign.
Deeks a million.
Deeks a million.
I got Ryan, the Revac.
Hey,
fuck with me.
Peepo, the Peepo.
And we got DJ Joseph One.
And our sticker fell.
One.
Pew, 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 pew.
Hey, do you rock those when you do DJ sets?
The DJ horn?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Who came up with that? Who's the originator?
K-Slay.
Because whoever did that gets mad royalties.
For real, yeah. I think it's like a standard. You have to.
Is it? What's another standard? Like, what's another thing that people
Definitely
always...
the gunshots.
Oh, yeah.
And then, like, maybe like an explosion.
Yeah.
And then, like,
yeah.
you know, like, you are now in the mix with.
Is that all on just like a website that all you guys go to, like from time to time?
I think so. I don't know where people get the. I've never done the.
There are those default samples on Serato and shit.
Yeah,
they're like programmed in and shit.
Yeah,
that's hella funny.
But I just YouTubed them and ripped them. I was like, a couple months went by. I'm like, I need that fucking horn.
No, but that's essential though. That's like everybody gets hype off of that. I ain't gonna lie. Like that shit. When I hear that shit in the club, I'm like, whoa! I'm about to start crumping on this girl's face.
I've thought about like what could be an alternative to that. There isn't one.
Not at the moment.
That or nothing.
Yeah, but it's weird though because before that there was nothing.
That's probably true.
Yeah. So you know what I'm saying?
All that scratching.
We heard the Funkmaster Flex, the explosion.
Yeah, that was the first. Yeah, shouts out to Funkmaster Flex on that one. He changed the game with that.
So I don't know. I don't know who came up with it, but that's a good question.
You should come up with a new one.
I should. Maybe like a chicken sound.
Does that get people hyped though? Does that get you hyped?
Yeah.
That should get you hyped?
No.
Nah, you gotta get something that's like hype. Nah, that shit.
Come through. It's lit.
No, that's some shit like you do after sex. Like,
yeah. If anybody could come up with something, I think Sushi could. Speaking of
go Sushi.
Yeah, Sushi, by the way. Yeah, we'll have him
on.
on.
Sushi will be on Sunday.
Oh, dope.
Episode 11.
Coming out, yeah.
Shout out to
episode 11.
Yeah.
This is 11.
Is this 11?
No. This is
10.
10.
Damn.
Oh, Sushi's going to be on
we're getting there. Nice.
episode 12.
Man, for all you don't know, DJ Joseph One is a superstar DJ in town. And
Sacramento's very own resident DJ.
Yeah, he be killing it. He's like a
killing
resident of Sacramento.
Fame.
So go over
Sunday
like some of your stuff, like who you rocking with, like what kind of DJing you do, like give the people out there a little bit of like what you do.
Joseph One.
Well, before I say that, I definitely can't say that I'm the resident DJ of Sac. There's so many dope DJs.
There is.
And I feel like one of the newest members. If I'm even gonna say that, like I just feel blessed to be in the same maybe conversation as some of these dudes because they've been putting in work for years, like DJ Epic,
Charlie Ramos,
Billy Lane,
DJ Oasis,
yeah.
You know, then just like really helped me out. All those dudes I consider my friends. You know what I mean?
Nice.
So, but yeah, just in the last year or so, I've been just trying to work, just taking it more seriously, and DJing as much as possible. So
how many days you DJing like in a week, like average?
Anywhere from 2 to 5.
2 to 5 on a busy week. Like, what's your busiest week ever?
5 would be, a busy week.
Damn,
that's a lot.
That is a lot.
That's a lot. It takes a lot because I tend to turn up every single time I
DJ. Do you? Do you think that after a while that you stop doing that, or it's just something that just comes with the life?
I think everybody's different, but it's something you got to balance for sure.
Yeah,
because it is a job, so you're not trying to
get
black out every single time you go out.
How many times have you blacked out when you DJ? Keep it real. Let the people know what's up.
Never. I've never blacked out in my life.
Oh, really?
No, it's a lot.
You definitely blacked out. I've seen it. It just wasn't on the DJ night.
I mean, maybe after I'm done DJing, by that time it might set in.
Oh, man. So you've only been doing this solid for like a year.
Yeah, I mean, I've been DJing for probably like 5 years, 6 years.
But I should get in the
corporate
circuit.
Gigs and random stuff. DJing for David Garibaldi.
Garibaldi. Shouts out, WARONWALLS, DG, the janitor that was in here.
Yeah, that's him.
The
janitor.
He DJ'd for him.
Janitor,
so was that like
your
first? Where'd you first get started? How'd you get into this game?
I don't want to date myself, but I've been around for a while, kind of older. But so I got my start in the Bay after college. I was producing and engineering and recording music during the hyphy movement. So like 2004, 2005, recording, mixing, anybody from like the Jacka to the Team to Clyde Carson.
Yo, shots out. Those jams were fire.
Rest in peace, Jacka, by the way.
Yeah,
Rest in peace, Jacka.
All that stuff, and I was making beats and producing and engineering and recording and mixing, and my stuff would be, I'd hear my music like on the radio out there locally.
Sick.
And that was really cool. I was working with a guy named Nick No.
12 hertz,
FingerBangerz.
17
17
hertz,
hertz,
17
yeah,
hertz.
exactly.
Yeah.
The Bangers.
Bangers, who now is like
Jabberwockies.
the main music director for the Jabberwockies. So
Shots out. Yeah, for
sure.
No, FingerBangerz, yeah.
so I learned a lot during that time too. But all those dudes started as DJs,
Of course.
and my roommate was like a dope DJ as well. So I was always around it and always just fascinated by it. And when I came back to SAC, mutual friends with Garibaldi, started producing with for Garibaldi, and then eventually ended up starting to travel with Garibaldi, and been all over the country with him. And then that kind of got me some DJ work. Simultaneously, I was working for the Sacramento Kings and DJing for events for the Kings.
Yeah, private events, yeah.
And then it just kind of evolved from there. I was always producing and stuff like that. And the last 2 years, I just, like anything in life, if you're doing a bunch of different things, I don't know if this is, true to other people, but for me, it was like pick one, kind of thing.
It gets to that point.
I just focused really hard on the DJing.
Yeah.
Took a year and said, this is going to be my year to just focus on one thing, because I was always doing a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
And so far it's been paying off a little bit.
Clean.
It is.
That's real.
Yeah. That's it. Pod's over.
Cool. That was cool, man.
That's
Everybody.
good. That was
Joey
good.
Joseph one in the house. No, but that's crazy. Like we were talking about earlier, because like me, Joey, I used to be part of like the Dave Garibaldi team, like during like the after America's Got Talent team.
Yeah.
And we spent a lot of time together on the road, and it was just cool because at that time it was like, yeah, man, it'd be I'm gonna get in the circuit, because you were doing hella projects still, just wasn't in that circle of like DJing. So it was cool to see. I remember going to the first night of Fame, like the first night.
Yeah,
when it was like the turnout was not bad. I want to say I remember being there. There was at least like upwards to maybe 50-something people.
Yeah.
But I remember the first night it was like, yo, Joey's on! Oh, she's about to kill it! And then to see that Sunday night turn into what it is now, where it's like that's a premiere night to go out. Like,
yeah, I don't even know really how. I've tried to think about how it kind of started, how it became a part of that.
Yeah. Who's the team that you're rocking with again? Who shouts out to your squad?
Fame is our Sunday night. Weekly night
Something
at Dive Bar on K Street, and it's like you said, slowly developed and become like one of the hottest parties in SAC. And not to toot my own horn
like
that.
that.
I didn't create this night, or I'm
yeah,
just
you just have to be a part of it. Yeah,
but I definitely represent the hell out of it, because
they put you on.
They put me on, and then we have like multiple guests. DJs.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, so you guys' lineup's pretty sick.
That's helped me, meet all these different dudes. And I think I'm actually funny. The first Sunday, they reached out to Garibaldi because he's like a figure in Sacramento.
Of course.
Obviously,
yeah.
They wanted him there because it's Fame stands for fashion, art, music, entertainment.
Ooh, solid already.
And it kind of took on a life of its own. And I call it more of a a house party vibe, hip hop night.
Yep.
Definitely, yeah. Which you don't get a lot of in this area at the moment, or even
really
at the time. Really, still even now, you barely get a lot of it. Yeah.
I mean, there's a couple in San Francisco that do similar things, but as far as SAC, no.
Yeah.
There's not that many options like that. But so we went out there I was seeing it on Instagram. I don't know how. I just stumbled upon it. I'm like, that looks like something I'd be interested in.
Yeah.
Going to
kicking it.
Meet people.
Yeah.
And David hit me up later that day. I was like thinking in my head, I'm like, I don't know who I'd go with, whatever. He hit me up. He's like, hey, they reached out. They got me a table. So just me and him went.
Yeah.
We spent like a couple hours there and just hung out.
Checked it out, yeah.
I met a dude that was friends with DJ Oasis. And we exchanged info. And the next day, he hit me up and was like, hey, my DJ flaked on me at this gig in Roseville. Do you want to come DJ?
Woo!
I was like, oh, no. What do I do? Like,
do it.
So, yeah, I did it. And
that's what started it.
And, yeah, I ended up hanging out with him a lot. And then, through that, we'd go to a lot of Oasis gigs, and DJ Oasis is with Sean, who's the kind of entertainment director for Dive Bar, District 30. They created that night together.
Nice.
And so he had me rock a couple fames, and then they just came up to me and asked me if I wanted to be like a resident and do it every single Sunday.
Sick.
Like, yeah, let's do it. And then
Shout out to them.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Shout out to Nico's Wavy.
Yeah, those guys know they could like ask me to like, you know, anything. I'll do whatever for them. I'll go pick them up. You know, I'll give them my car. Here you go, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just like I definitely am in debt to those guys like for helping kick it off.
Yeah,
for sure. But also, you know, like I've told people before, like I've been given opportunities just like a lot of people have in life.
Of course.
And it's like, you know, the more opportunities you squander, I think, in life, that when one comes around, you really grab it.
Grab
like
it and
when
run
you
with it.
realized, oh, I've missed a couple before, so let me just really like make sure I make the most of this one.
Yeah.
You know? So that's what I've been doing.
Dope. For real. That's like a true story.
Living the dream.
Hey, appreciate it.
For real, man. I'm proud of you personally. It's just cool.
Yeah,
like I
yeah.
said, these conversations were just on some main, you know, we're just doing a random show, and you're like, I'm like, what you gonna do? You're like, man, I don't know. I think I'm just gonna get in the circuit. Like, I want to start DJing. I was like, that'd be sick.
Yeah, and I really didn't know.
How or what you're gonna get in
necessarily.
there. I just remember that was a premonition you had. You were just like, I just want to get in there.
Yeah. Same goes, like we were just saying, like same goes for you in the podcast.
Yeah,
thing.
no,
Like,
same shit here. Yeah.
we were talking about, oh, we should do a podcast.
Yeah.
You know, and to see, you know, you guys are doing it now. It's like the same thing.
Yeah, that's what I was like, yo, this is hella cool that we're all kind of on the grind. 'Cause he's talking to Deeks about it too. I talked to P like, yo, like let's like try to like keep each other motivated. Because when you're around it, it's like you don't feel weird trying to pursue something you really want to do. Especially when you have other motherfucking people really trying to push you on or help you out or
for
even
sure.
just support or encourage or anything like that. So
And that's what I like. I was telling you guys, I've been listening to your podcast now since you guys have been doing it.
dope. Thank you, by the way, man. I really appreciate it.
for
Even
sure.
though there might not be like a theme to what you guys are doing, you guys are kind of just talking. The theme to me is like you guys always end up talking about ways to build, ways to help each other, and ways to do like realize your dreams, kind of.
Yeah.
thing, you know what I mean?
Because that's what we're really
You got to
in
put
the
it
thick
out
of
there,
it.
man. You got to put it out
Yeah,
there.
to
so-
whoever, really.
Yeah.
Like, you put your thoughts and your energy out there, and it just goes to whoever.
Whether you write
For
it
real.
down or record it, man, it just
Yeah.
has to be tangible. You have to be able to just
For sure.
go back to that episode. Okay, this is what the fuck we talked about.
That's what I hope so,
Let's go
because,
back
like,
on
you know,
that.
like, I hope that, you know, at some point down the road again, we'll meet up, like, oh, this is episode 60-something. Like, Joey, what's up? Where you coming from?
sure.
Like, just got back from Dubai, dog. I was like, oh, like,
so.
it's within reach, because now it's tangible. Like P said, it's like, we could touch it, we could feel it, like,
Yeah,
it's
absolutely.
happening, and you're just living in it now, which is super dope. So I
Yeah,
appreciate
I was telling him last night, like hella randomly, I was at the trade on K Street. The trade is hella good. And I had some random ass dude walk up to me. I don't even know him, but he was like, "Yo, you're on YouTube," and I was like, "What?" Like, maybe. He's like, "Yeah, a friend of mine told me about this podcast." And you look like the guy that's on there, and I was like,
sick.
That's what's up.
That's crazy.
That's me.
Yeah,
And
that's
like,
you told me that. I was like, damn, that's
me.
that's me.
yeah. Well, we all look alike, so actually,
Yeah.
who knows who he was,
Yeah.
who he was talking about? But
But I was taken back by it,
of course,
like
yeah.
to the point where like I didn't even tell anybody because I was like, fuck that happened, that really happened, that just happened.
yeah,
I mean, that's how that stuff works, right? That's
Yeah.
how these podcasts work. I mean,
That's
I don't
crazy.
know. I listen to a couple of podcasts regularly.
of course, yeah,
And they all kind of share the same story.
yeah,
You know, they have guests that have maybe a small or a large following,
yeah.
and that kind of helps to build up.
And that's what I'm saying. It's just a thing you do because it is fascinating. Because once you identify like other peer sets or other groups of people, you start talking about similar things. It makes you not feel by yourself sometimes. Because
Yeah.
you are trying to figure this shit out. Everybody's trying to find whatever it is or be whatever it is they want to be. So something like this just kind of drives it home in a way where it's like, I'm not the only one that feels like that, or I'm not the only one that thinks that, or you know what I'm saying? Like even for Deeks, like Deeks is like striving artist. So like his story with David was like, you know what I'm saying? Like there was a TBD, and Dave was like, "Yo, man, do you know anybody that's like, you know, like help me out with the event?" And we just happened to meet up like not too long before that. Like he was really like calling me, like, "Yo, come through, hit me up." I was like, "All right, cool, whatever. Let's hook up, let's meet." And then when Dave was like, "I need somebody," I was like, "Oh, I got the dude right here." And
So
after that event,
how did you guys meet?
so actually, you know, I know his sister. Like his
okay.
sister and I go like back like I don't know how many years. So she's a good friend of mine, and I met him through her. But I met him; he was working at Zocalo's at the time. So I was like, you know, that's
And you just had heard about Garibaldi and his connection with that, or what?
I don't even know if you knew that
No,
yet.
I didn't even know,
Oh, wow.
David.
Yeah.
At the time when AGT started, I didn't even know.
Yeah,
My sister
wow.
was like, "Yo, Ryan's about to be on the show,"
Yeah.
What's he
no,
about to do? He's painting with David, and I was like,
what's painting with David? Who's that?
I was like, what?
No, it's real.
I was like, what's he like? He's
And
dancing.
you were painting at that time already?
Yeah,
Like
well, I was doing like a lot of
artist
design
stuff,
Yeah,
yeah.
a lot
artistic
of
type.
design.
Yeah, gotcha.
But yeah, that went on, and then that was like what 5 years?
Mm-hmm.
Like
Oh, was it 5 years ago?
Wow.
That
Damn.
that was like 5 years, and then 5 years later, I ran into Ryan again.
Yeah, we was out kicking
Like,
it at Golden
yeah,
Bear, and we
4 or
was
5
getting
years.
wild, and he was just laughing like, "Oh, this was hella funny."
Yeah.
But he showed me his dungeon art studio. He was like, "Yo, man, I have this space, and I'm gonna like really want to do cool shit down there."
We just had a crazy creative talk
Yeah.
that night.
And then he got my number, and then we started talking a little bit. We met up, and then David was like, "I needed somebody." I was like,
Yeah,
"Yo, he's alright. He's cool. Fuck with him." And then
yeah.
now it's like the studio's built, you know, like shopkeeper over here, and then
Yeah.
here we go, like off to the races. Like he's the one that did all of our logo stuff, like doing a lot of like the artistic side, design side. So
Yeah. Well, David was like, bragging and boasting about you as far as
Oh shit!
just
Damn.
your hustle and your, your hunger.
yeah,
Yeah, you're hella good at hanging paintings and shit.
Yeah,
being here all the time.
It takes skill, man.
Cleaning up
If
after
you don't have
yourself.
somebody telling you if it's straight or not, that shit's not easy.
Yeah, yo, you get fired instantly.
You see the
right.
paintings by my house, they're all just crooked. I'm
Sure,
lying. I'm lying.
They're
I
at Warren Walls, and
I
you
don't
go to
have
the
any
bathroom.
paintings.
Yeah,
I clean the bathroom, so
that's what I'm
you
saying.
notice the bathroom.
That shit looked.
Bathrooms
I
are
just
spotless.
went in there.
That shit's clean though.
It looked immaculate.
You would think it would be like garbage just because you're like, okay, I don't know if they even
kinda-
have time to clean it.
There's a lot of pictures of David in there, so it's kind of weird.
It's
I'm like,
weird. I'm like, yo,
Yeah.
it's like that shit
David's
where they
watching
follow
me
your eyes. Like I'm like, this one's watching me take a shit right
It's
now.
hella funny. I was hanging those up, and you know the one where he's holding the paintbrushes.
Yeah, that's the
I
one
was
I'm
mad.
referencing.
Yeah,
I put that one right in front of the toilet.
that's fucked up. That shit's hella like I'm like, I need to cover this fool's eyes or
I
something.
was like, no, I gotta move that.
Now it's
It
just
was hella
behind
funny.
you. Now
Yeah.
you're just like, yeah, that's
It was
cool.
hella funny.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. It's like stuff like that where it's like it is
crazy.
a lot of it is timing. A lot of it is like that opportunity, like you said. Once you get the opportunity, it's like
Yeah.
kick that fucking door down and
Yeah.
run like it ain't shit. Like just run and never look back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I told this fool. I was like, I didn't hype him because the story's like, oh, this fool said he cool. I was like, look, I didn't even know what you were capable of, but all I said was this: the opportunity comes, fucking kick that shit down and run as fast as you can.
And there's like, there's opportunities you can get some help from somebody and you could either, take advantage of that and ride some coattails and get to a point where it's like, okay, now you're just kind of like leeching a little, or you can take that shit and just, like you said, kick the door down and create your own lane. And
Yeah.
whoever your mentor is gonna respect that.
Of course.
If you do it the right way.
Yeah.
Because, you don't want to like burn bridges. You don't want to take advantage.
Nah.
You want to kind of like ease in.
Yeah,
and
ease in,
like
learn.
Get a little opportunity and then kind of create your own.
Yeah,
lane,
create your own.
Your own thing.
Prove your worth in a way where it's like you gave me the opportunity. I'm here to stay. And
Yeah.
I'm gonna do shit.
And then
like,
always
going
kind of
forward.
like, be there for that person. And
Yeah.
find a way to like kind of pay it forward to either them or the next
There's somebody
guy.
else, somebody behind
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
Because that's really what it is. I mean, we talked about it ad nauseum before. Like, man, Sacramento did or still has this stigma of like, oh, man, no one could ever come up. It's like
Yeah,
everybody
for
hates on each other. But then all of a sudden, if you don't prescribe to that ideology, then you're in a different planet, which I think is happening now. Like, even just being here and seeing the amount of people that we've met just along the way,
Yeah.
it's hella dope. Like, I'm like, man, like, it almost feels like, do I bring anything relevant? But then again, it's like, let's just do what we do, support each other, and just let this ride out. Like, it's a cool time to be here, like, in my
Yeah.
opinion.
I agree. And I think, like we just were talking about, I've been fortunate enough to travel all over the place.
For real.
And see a lot of different, sides. I've never been out. I've been, to Canada and Mexico, but I've never been to like Europe or anything like that.
Yeah,
But as
yeah.
far as the United States, I've been to
Mostly every fucking
a lot
city,
of it.
state,
And,
yeah.
I don't think the things that people talk about Sacramento are unique to Sacramento. I think that shit happens a lot of places.
And everywhere,
You
yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's some places that are more forward and more unified than others.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it's kind of just a human trait to kind of like, it's hard to
Like, support.
especially this day and age with social
Social
media, and all this
media,
stuff, and
opportunities
people are kinda
everywhere, skeptical.
disconnected anyways, so
Which
like,
is weird because we have all this stuff to connect,
Yeah.
and yet we're hella disconnected.
Yeah, but you're right as far as Sacramento now, the core of it being like kind of like people are getting on the same page a little more than in the past.
It's definitely changing. I mean, to me anyways, I'm like,
Oh yeah,
maybe just the way we prescribe to it, because I'm like, even having the guests, like, it's cool to me that, like, somebody like yourself, or like, I had James and like, like Chad, or even you two guys, like, I'm like, this is cool just to have this, because this just started off as idea, like, I was about to do this shit in my home and just
Yeah.
be like, rant about shit. So when I met up with P, it was like cool, and then Deeks was already managing the shop. I'm like, well, I'd ask David, like, is it cool? Like, can I host over here?
Yeah.
Is it cool? He's like, of course. So I was like, all right, I have no excuses.
Yeah.
Before it was like, well, I always
The
had
pieces are there.
And
You just got to put them together.
Dopest venue in Sac.
That's what I'm saying. War on Walls, dude. I'm telling you, this is
this
going to be the
I think
premier spot.
Like I said, I've been listening and watching, and I do think that you guys, this is something bigger than maybe even realize. Like you just said, it's important. Like I don't know if other people in Sacramento are doing this.
Yeah, I don't know
and
either.
Those people might not know that you guys are doing this. But
at a certain point, it's going to come together.
Yeah, come together, and people,
because I think that's what,
or just inspire the next guy.
The next guy,
do another podcast.
Yeah,
that's
what I'm hoping, because I hope that every guest on here, whatever it is, wants to continue to do whatever they want to do, and some. Plus, turn other people on to stuff that they might have not been turned on to. Mm-hmm. Like I hope people that ever follow or listen be like, oh, cool, I'm gonna check out Fame on Sundays, or where else is he DJ? I'm gonna check his IG. Like, cool. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So it's like maybe we'll see all each other at the same spot, and now it becomes like it's a type of way of thinking now.
It unifies.
Yeah, like what do you want to do? Let's put you on. Yeah. Why not? Like, be self-sufficient.
And that's one thing I've seen. Like that's why I have a different opinion from maybe some of the opinions I've heard in this town. It's like, because I know with rap in general, it's hard for those guys to come up in Sacramento because there's not really like, I don't know what it is. It's an issue though, for sure. Yeah, but from the DJ world, like those dudes are so supportive. Mm-hmm. I've never met a hater.
No,
I've never met one DJ
a lot of
that
them
doesn't want to like
cool
help. You know, if they see that you're serious, you know what I mean. They're gonna help.
They'll put you on.
Yeah, and I was talking to like Billy Lane about that, who does a like an alliance. It's a group, a Facebook group.
Sick.
Where we can all kind of come together.
Yeah,
and have
just
to be
talk.
kind of like invited into it.
Nice.
And I don't really talk much, but I
in there.
read it all.
Of course,
you know
which is good.
Watching, like kind of like, the new guy kind of just checking it out, and like I was talking to him about it. It's like that. I think that is unique to Sacramento. There's other places they do stuff like that.
Of course.
But Sacramento has a real unique DJ. Unified like core,
unified core, unified like history together.
Yeah, and it's not like your average because this is a small market.
Of course,
call it what it is.
Yeah.
It's not L.A., New York, but there's a lot of small markets that have like circuits of DJs that are working in the community,
in the industry. Yeah,
and Sacramento's is unique in my opinion.
It is. I think it's unique for the fact that it's in Sacramento, and Sacramento just happens to be in California. And if you're not from San Diego, L.A., or San Francisco, Sacramento's the fourth spot. And everybody wants to be in California.
And I think people in Sacramento love to party.
Exactly.
So
you would know that more than anybody.
On Sundays.
I've been over there before.
Dive bar.
I've been over there.
Street.
I've been over there.
I went there one time. I don't remember it, but I went there one time.
That's what I'm saying.
Cheap drinks, man.
No, the atmosphere is like wild. I like it. It's very energetic. Like,
yeah, it's been really cool. So you could, if you're watching on YouTube, you can see the Fame hat.
Boom.
That it hasn't been released yet, but 2 Sundays from now we're gonna start selling it, and people are like already asking me.
I know I want one already. I'm like, yo, I want in on that.
Right like that.
Yeah, we might have to do a day in the life on Fame Sunday and just get just all of us just go kick it over there, real talk. Just
I don't want to I don't want to like talk too much about like the details of what's happening with.
Yeah, it's all good. Yeah.
At the same time, like San Diego, L.A., the Bay, their DJs are hitting us up, and even some really like some big names in the DJ world are now contacting Oasis, wanting to get on that night.
There you go,
DJ Craze, come through.
I mean, we just had DJ Amen, who is
Young California.
You already know, yeah. So he's like, I mean, he just did every single big Super Bowl party in San Francisco.
For real,
he did. I think he did DJ Khaled. I was there. Tyga. I mean, the list goes on.
Yep.
He did probably 7 huge Super Bowl parties in San Francisco. We had him at Fame 2 weeks ago. We just been having like some really dope guest DJs in.
Yeah,
and like from the outside looking in, you're like, it is what it is. But then when you're there, it's like every Sunday you don't know what you're gonna get.
And that's what people want to go, because it's like, damn, now you're starting to kind of a following where it's like, what's next?
Yeah, me and Oasis, like we do every single Sunday, so we know what the crowd kind of wants, so we can get them like warmed up.
Yeah,
and then we let our resident
guest, come in there, just
do
kill
whatever they do their thing. We don't really put a filter on what they want to do. We just tell them go.
Just do your thing.
We had like Miles Medina, who's like,
oh damn,
super dope DJ,
Yeah.
and he does more like he does a lot of trap and twerk stuff and you know, EDM, and we just said go for it, do whatever you want.
Do what you got. Yeah.
We last Sunday was obviously Valentine's Day, and we had Hoff, the Hall of Fame guys,
Hall of Fame boys.
Hall of Fame takeover. They're gonna, I think, do what is that, second Sunday?
Ooh.
So I think they're gonna start doing second Sundays over there. But either way, like they bring a whole different crowd and energy to the night,
Which is dope.
and I posted on my Twitter the other day, like that was probably the best night we've had over there. Just crowd I felt
wise,
like a sense of
new
belonging.
stuff,
It was
yeah.
like Sushi was hosting on the mic with Nico. We had Mars over there.
Yeah.
We had Robbie. Like it was just like
Some
this
new
real,
energy.
real feeling of community. And,
Yeah.
like, you know,
dope.
like what's next? So those guys are doing a thing that I would love to, you know, let
Get on.
people know.
Yeah.
The 40-ounce bounce.
Oh, I seen that. Yeah.
That's big. That's 40-ounce van. That's the dude from New York who he's like a clothing designer / entrepreneur.
What night is that? So you can plug that right now. What night is that?
You know, I think that's Saturday the 20. Shoot, I don't want to get it wrong, but I'm actually out of town with Garibaldi, which is dope. But
So we'll be over there on the 22nd.
I
40
won't
ounce bounce,
be there,
holla.
but yeah, no, that's dope. Like this guy 40 ounce, he's doing every major city in America.
Yeah, no, I saw that. My boy left, like plugged that, and I was like,
Yeah.
oh, damn, son.
And so when they when he reached out to Sacramento, he's like, who should I fuck with? They said Hoff, you know, Hall of Fame guys.
Yeah.
Fame.
Shout out Hall of Fame.
Yo, real
Those
talk,
guys
man.
are really doing it.
Nice.
I used to
A lot
ride
of
bikes
good
with one. I don't know if he's still a Hoff boy, but his name was Bryson. Way back in the day when Hall of Fame used to throw parties, like in 2007,
Oh, I know.
2008.
Yeah. He was there last
Yeah,
Sunday,
he
I
used to ride
believe.
bikes
Oh,
with
he's part
that
of the
cat.
team. There you go.
Yeah,
Hall of
Hall
Fame
of Fame.
boys.
They just
Hall
had
of
that. They
Fame.
had that event at
their
By the
parties
River
always
Cats.
used to go off, man.
Their day party, the Hoff day party.
Yeah,
I went to that.
We need to do more of those out here.
There's
more
so
day
many.
parties.
There's so many dudes in their crew. It's hard to keep track of how
Yeah.
many, like all
Their whole
but
staff.
There's a lot of them.
They're all.
They got
they're
it's a
all good
crazy
guys.
ass street team.
Yeah, but that's cool
Yeah,
though.
it's
You know what
dope.
I'm saying? You got to keep it active. The energy's the good part is the energy.
Hoff
Like,
is better.
yeah.
Yeah, no, that's another like entity group in Sacramento
That's
is
dope.
crucial.
Yeah.
That's dope.
And they're just getting started. So,
Damn, son.
shout out to those
Look
guys.
at that. Joey in the house.
Yeah.
Killing it. So what's up, Joe? You an avid music listener, right?
That's debatable. I mean, I listen to a lot of music.
Yeah.
I don't get to listen to a lot of music for enjoyment. If that
Oh,
makes
really?
sense.
Oh,
I
it's
listen
always
to a
for
lot of
it's always
music
for work.
To work lately. So
Damn.
yeah, I was thinking about that before I came here. But yes, no, I do.
Do you have any time to yourself? Do you do anything personal? Like, what's something that's introspective away from work? What do
I'm
you
a
do?
DJ. I
You be
got
at the
all
gym.
day to myself. I can do whatever I
I know
want.
what I'm saying. So what do you do? People want to know. Like all your fans out there. This is Joey, the not DJ. What are you doing on your spare time? Where you
Yeah,
at?
no, lately I don't even have
No time.
I have no cable television.
I'm homeless. Everybody, for all you guys don't know, Joseph one.
It's a choice.
Joseph one. It's a lifestyle.
He
a choice.
sleeps in front of City
Yeah.
Hall.
It's like small home living, but just without the home. Like
I'm with the Essence, so no bed. No, I'm just kidding.
he went old school. He went paleo life.
No, really though. I even at this point, like I got to go to my mom's to use the internet because I'm like I'm not giving no more money to Comcast.
Your snaps, bro. Your snaps be
Not
having me
about that.
hella weak. When you be going to your parents' house. Oh man,
Hey, it's real life right now.
That
It's
shit
real
is
life.
Hilarious.
Yeah, I try to limit that because I don't want to put them on blast too much, but
That
it's so much
shit's
fun.
amazing.
I feel like Bam Margera when I'm
Yes.
fucking with my dad.
Yes.
That's hella funny. Shouts out Bam Margera. Damn.
No, but so really, like if I have some time to myself, I'm either
At the gym.
at the gym, which is not showing up. But
Now, what do you do over
I'm
there?
working on it.
This fool just goes in there
I
hella
just
dressed up like, hey, what's up, girl? Like,
he goes in there to
what you
take
doing tonight?
snaps. He just on the treadmill, just snapping on the
killing it right now. All
Stairmaster.
right, calm down.
All right, I'm done. I got my video.
I do a lot of sauna work.
Yeah,
Yeah, you gotta just go for sauna.
Yeah, a lot of
Sauna
spa,
work.
a lot of
a lot of
spa,
spa
a
work
lot of spa
in the jacuzzi.
It's either spa day, sauna day, or just selfie day. Pretty much. That's it.
One of the.
That's my workout.
I'll
for the
go
day.
in there and I'll just wipe down the gears.
That's hella funny.
No, but so yeah, I'm doing that, or I'm like you said, like listening to music. Like I
Yeah,
listen
for
to,
work. Yeah.
because before I was pretty closed-minded. I liked what I liked, you know.
Yeah, and then that's how
And
you're
then
gonna push.
start,
Yeah,
but if you're DJing, you're not listening to music for yourself anymore. You're not playing music for
you're
yourself.
trying to put a certain like style out there. Like so, like right
Yeah.
now, like what are you rocking? Like right now, what are you playing? What's
I'm always
what's in your
listening to
rotation?
whatever's new, whatever's brand new,
Okay.
and I'll listen to it as much as I can before
course.
the next new thing comes out. So
Yeah.
obviously today I had on repeat the new Kanye, the TLLP.
Ooh, what's your take on it? I haven't even heard it
Hey,
yet because I ain't on title.
Nobody?
I heard a couple songs.
I don't want to
even
say but I definitely just bootleg the shit out of that.
Of course.
Yeah, no, that
Boom! So we just got shut down, everybody. so
He's just kidding.
The whole site is down. Everything,
Site.
YouTube, everything got erased.
yeah, no, but I loved it, man.
Yeah,
I love it. I love everything Kanye really does. Like lately,
I do too.
I love Jesus. I like anything.
Everything from a standpoint of like he's setting a new precedent.
Like I don't think there's anything in that album that you could really play at the club. Like you know,
Of course,
at peak hour, like it's not really
Yeah.
danceable stuff. But maybe I could be wrong. Sometimes I'm wrong about that.
you just got to sit on
it.
it for a second, let it marinate.
Yeah, exactly. And certain songs take off. You know.
Mhm.
I would have said the same thing about the Future and Drake collaboration album. And Jumpman's like the hottest thing in the streets,
Yeah.
right? But
Damn.
But yeah, no, Kanye is, you know, he's a different character. I was on his Twitter, just looking at his Twitter today. He said some outlandish, crazy shit.
But you got to think though. It's like, is he that crazy? He's like, no. Everybody has those thoughts. He just actually says them.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with Kanye. A lot
what
of
I'm
people
saying.
hate him right now,
But it's stupid though, because everybody wants to be like, yo, you gotta be PC. You gotta be a certain way and this and that.
Yeah, I mean, it's like so. Taylor, did you guys watch the Grammys?
I didn't even watch it.
Today.
I saw some of the
I was busy as fuck.
performances.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I did. I just went and rewatched
Kendrick
the performances.
Lamar.
Yeah, Kendrick Lamar's performance was fire. I saw a meme. It's pretty funny. It was Kendrick Lamar is doing what Kanye West thinks he's doing.
Oh shit! Oh
Hey,
damn!
that is.
Damn!
Like Kanye thinks he's like God's gift, but really Kendrick's really out here, you know, doing that.
Yeah, Kendrick's powerful, man.
No, that fool got it. That fool got it.
Yeah, he's definitely
Transcended for sure.
needed.
It's cool
right
because
now.
to me, it's
Yeah.
like it might be a little behind my time, and I still follow his music because I'm a big fan of his. But to me, that almost seems reminiscent of like if I was in 7th grade or I think 7th, 6th grade when I got a hold of like It Was Written by Nas.
Yes.
Like I could see that being
Yes.
that artist for a certain type of generation.
Yes, and
That's like
my
it brings
own-
you to a
and
thing.
I have a weird take on that. Like my only kind of issue with all that is like you just said, like I've heard this.
Yeah,
I've heard the best version of
but
this.
see, that sounds like, oh shit, you're coming into your own. Like as a human, you're just old because it's like
Yeah.
history repeats itself.
Yeah, no, you're
right?
right. No,
You're seeing
absolutely.
the same characters in a weird
Yeah,
way.
yeah. No, it's really dope, and like I said, it's needed to have somebody that like on the Grammys,
Yeah, actually being
doing
recognized
doing
for
what
it.
he's doing.
Yeah.
But you know, if you're a purist and you're come from like the '90s, like
Yeah.
listening to the hip hop that was out then, it's like you've
Been a lot of
you've
artists
almost
did it.
heard you've heard the best hip hop
Of
that could be.
Lors, yeah.
So
That
now,
golden era of
if
90s,
I'm
yeah.
listening to music, there's a couple different things I look for. If I'm listening to something, if I want to like lose my mind, I just want to hear the most fun,
Ratchet
stupid,
shit.
ratchet,
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
I'm not afraid to admit that. Like,
Nah,
you know what I mean?
I bust that shit all the time.
But if I want to hear something that's gonna like spark my interest, it's gonna be something that a variation, something that I might not have heard before. And
Yeah.
I feel like Kanye's new album is that. Like it sounds different.
man, I'm
you
excited
know?
to listen
Just
to it
like
once it
Yeezus
decides to
was,
release.
Like, weird, you know. It was, like,
Everybody
different.
was like,
It
you know,
crazy.
like off-putting, but I was like, if you listen to it and you take it for him being a producer, that's why it's like I think everything's in context. Like when you listen to people's anything album, listen to their whole everything, and then understand why they're making strides like that. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
I mean, if it's
Because why be the same? That's my thing. It's like, dude, keep on pushing the envelope. And there is going to be a lot of misses along the way. There's going to be a lot of hits. But if you're not progressing and then you're just kind of staying stagnant, then that's where it becomes an issue.
for sure.
You know, like we talked about that like on early pods with music.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Man.
Like when he became the, what's he called now?
I don't know, hustle.
The hustle. You remember Musique Soul Child? You ever heard of him?
Of course.
So he changed, I don't know if you're aware of it, but he now is called The Hustle. And
I wasn't aware of that.
He's doing a different type of sound away from what he's used to doing.
Yeah.
But it's an honest thing. He's like, yeah, I am like, you know, changing my style because if people want to hear this, I'm a musician. Like, I'm going to make the music that people want to hear.
Yeah.
But when you see it and look, you're like, dude, this is like, I don't know about that.
It's gonna be
very
crazy.
What the fuck?
It's gonna be crazy for like the generation that knows him as Hustle to be like, nah,
I don't know who Musique is.
Yeah.
What is it like? It's
He's like rapping on auto-tune.
He's rapping on auto-tune.
the
Like
whole song.
extreme auto
Like there's no R&B singing.
Oh, wow.
You
Nothing.
can't make a girl a CD. I'll have to check that out.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But that's like the kind of thing you see. It's like, you know, you got to evolve. Someone like Kanye, like, dude, Kanye was legendary to me the minute the first album dropped. Like,
Yeah,
College Dropout was
and
like,
that's
yo,
most people-
automatic. But then
That's when
as
most
you
people
keep
fell
on
in love
going,
with it.
808 and Heartbreaks, like, dude, everything has its place and it's dope from an artistic standpoint. Because you got to admire
Exactly.
somebody who does push the envelope.
Exactly. That's what I like about him. And, you know, I guess he's an asshole, you could say. But,
Yeah,
you know,
but how
whatever.
you not an asshole? Like everybody has that asshole in him. He just
Yeah.
happens to be open with who he is, which I'm like, I respect. I'm like, yo, like, fuck it. He's-
Slash was a dick, I'm sure.
Oh, fuck
Look at
yeah.
him. Look at him.
exactly.
He had to have been a dick.
That's what I'm saying.
But he was a great guitarist. You know,
Yeah.
like, who cares? Like, that's
what I'm saying.
To me,
It's like we're
irrelevant.
human.
To
We're
me,
all
it's
human.
irrelevant. I don't
Yeah.
care about your personality.
Yeah,
I don't even-
highlight the things that they do for real. Like whether you like them or not as a person is one thing, but
And that's a common argument. You know,
Yeah.
people are going to go one way or the other with that. That's fine. But
course.
Like, he says a line in the new album where he says, I feel like me and Taylor are still going to have sex.
boo, he's gonna smash.
And
I
he
feel it
said,
already.
because I made that bitch famous. And he
Yeah.
says it over, I made that bitch famous. And then she got on the Grammys. She won tons of awards for
Yeah.
her 1989 album. Or
Yeah.
whatever, which to me is just kind of a cookie cutter
Of course.
pop album. You
But
know?
that's where the masses
But
are.
she's
You
Taylor
got
Swift,
numbers.
you know,
got
she's doing her
numbers.
thing.
Yeah.
So she used that platform to diss Kanye.
Of course.
You know, she was like, you know, people are going to try to knock you down and take credit for what you did. You know, she just kind of shot at him or whatever.
But it's smart because that actually works in Kanye's favor.
Yeah.
He just dropped the album. It's
Exactly.
like there's some kind of, if anything, Taylor
It's
Swift's already
calculated.
there.
They're
already
working
smashes.
together.
It's
They're
almost like a
working together.
collab. They
It is.
collabed.
yeah, and then he went and said, I talked to Taylor on the phone personally, and she condoned the lyric and said it was funny and awesome.
See?
And then her people were like, "No, we didn't." Like, so he's just
It's-
like,
That's what I'm
they're
saying.
working
If-
together.
That's what I'm saying. If the name of the game is staying relevant,
he's doing
both
it.
of them are doing really well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, no, for
That's
sure.
real
Agent,
talk.
agent provocateurs.
Yeah.
She,
That's
when
what they-
she heard her name and his song, she was like, "Cha-ching."
Yeah, she gets a whole different audience just off of that.
Yeah,
Vice
for
versa.
sure.
Swift comes out and just says Kanye this, boom, her following is listening to his stuff, whether they like it or not.
It's crazy.
I mean, Kendrick had the most amazing performance.
Oh my
And
seen
no
in
one's
years.
talking about it.
There are, but that
Not like the
almost
way it is.
overshadowed just that one line.
Yeah,
that Kanye
that's what I'm
said
saying.
with-
But that's
with
the
Taylor
world
or
we
whatever.
live in still to this day, which isn't a problem because do you really want, you know, everybody on that? Like, it's almost cool that it's Kendrick's like doing it. Like, it's
Yeah,
funny, like
hey,
yeah.
Artistry. The
Hey, no,
artistry of that
going back
performance.
to Kendrick, that
Performance
that was strong.
Fire.
That was strong.
That
Did
was
you see it?
very-
No, I didn't even see it yet. He
Walk
was telling me
down
about
some
it. They were talking
chains.
about it. Yeah.
It's
that
like
shit was
wrapped around
It's
the
so
mic.
good. And so he goes from like one part of the stage with this one look to we gonna be all right. His other song to
African
the
dancer.
other section of the stage, and the way he walked from
Yeah.
one look to the next, it was like
Yeah.
a musical. It
Yeah,
was like
you're seeing something like actually happen. For real.
Yeah, it
he's
was-
this generation's artist,
that's what he's
bro.
doing
That's-
different from like we just said. Like I kind of take that back. Like as far as hearing what he's done before.
Yeah.
I've heard to me the best version of hip hop in the early '90s.
In the early 90s, yeah.
But what he's doing is
Something brand new.
something that those guys couldn't
Do.
do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Because for a lot of them, they didn't have the platform. But
They didn't
Kendrick
have the
has that
platform.
like halfway. He's recognized by a lot of people,
Yeah.
which is super dope because now you actually have an audience to see what you're gonna do,
Yeah.
and he chooses to do that route.
Yeah, for sure.
But
I
still
heard
respect
an interview with him where he said he thought he was going to make that To Pimp a Butterfly, and it was going to be like 30-something-year-olds would be buying it.
Which
He
we
didn't-
were.
We were, but so were 16
Everybody else,
Yeah.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
exactly, because of everything that he's done up until that point.
Yeah, and just, whatever, like, just because mainstream media is shoving one thing down your throat
Doesn't mean that
they
nobody's
don't
gonna
need-
find
they
you.
don't need the other
Exactly,
thing,
because we found it back then, and that's when stuff wasn't ever out. But you
Yeah.
know how it was digging through the crates, finding the mixtapes, talking to the homies. So now those kind of opportunities are way more vast because
and I think that's why he can excel at it.
Hell
because
yeah.
you listen to you know that golden era where Tribe and Public Enemy and they talk the same stuff Kendrick is talking, but back then they didn't have that platform. They didn't have social
Nah,
media.
they were never
You
accepted.
know what I
like
mean?
that.
They weren't. It wasn't what it is now.
Which is
You know,
super
like
dope.
it was all talked about before.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, the platform
know.
they had back then,
But
you
it
were
was
like,
different.
How did they get that platform?
Yeah.
That was a big platform for them back
Back
then.
then,
It wasn't
yeah.
nearly
That's
as
why if you
big
look
as
at it
is
in
now, but-
steps, you're like, it's cool to see somebody
yeah.
like a Jay-Z, P. Diddy,
Every
Diddy.
generation is gonna
all
have
them
one.
like they're up there now. Russell Simmons like, yo, these dudes are just knuckleheads putting out hip hop music. Now they're actually running shit.
moguls.
So
yeah.
we're seeing progression in a weird way where it's never going to go back to what it was.
Yep.
Yeah, Dr. Dre made $1 billion.
Boom, unheard of before at the time when Dr. Dre came out with NWA. Ain't nobody in that industry making money like that.
Yeah.
So and to be transcended and just all of a sudden become more or less not even just a music artist, but just more of a oh damn, like they're like.
And that's like
business.
people talk like obviously DJing you become more open minded. You have to. Like,
You have to.
I'll be listening to like salsa. And
Boom. Yep. What makes people move? Really is what you
get all these
become.
requests for these songs that I'm like that shit. I'm not into that.
Yeah.
What do the girls like? What will they come
exactly.
out
Like
with?
if it happens 5-6 times, it's like shit. I better go research this
For real.
immediately, And then I do, and then I play, and I see the reaction. I'm like, holy shit!
Yeah.
Like, and then and
Exactly.
enjoy it. Like I find something good in almost every song I hear. I find something I like.
But it changes the dynamic, though. You're hearing music in such a different way where you're accounting for everybody else now.
For sure.
Which is super dope. Because that's
It
what Chad was saying that. Chad was like, I was like, what kind of shit you play? He's like, whatever gets the girls to dance. I was like,
Yeah.
Ultimately,
Real
that's
shit,
like,
yeah.
what do clubs
yeah.
like? It's like they have to have girls in there.
Yeah, because the good
The
mark of
girls
a
that
DJ is
dance
when
and-
everybody's out on the dance floor having a good time.
Yeah.
Like, that's real.
That's a big part of it. The other part of it is what's a club really for? What is it for? It's for one thing. They're pushing one thing.
Alcohol.
The sale of alcohol.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Boom.
Hey, how are you going to get these people to drink? You know what I mean?
Loosen them
That's
up.
why you just make
Get
a
'em
song
on the
like
dance
Turn
floor.
Down for What? I was like, yes.
Like
Yes.
it changed my whole mentality when I kind of really embraced that. Like it's like these people are all dancing. If they're dancing too much and too hard, they don't even have time to go to the bar.
Drink. So you got to have them
So
downtime.
now you got to kind of like.
Do you factor that into your
Oh,
plate?
Absolutely.
Ooh.
It's a roller coaster. You have to like. It's
Yeah.
an ebb and flow. It's like you don't. And plus, if you hit them with everything all at
Fire
once,
hella early.
get them tired
Yeah.
or whatever, or just like. All right, so like if you hear 10 bangers in a row, that 10th banger isn't gonna have the impact that the
Because
first one
you
had.
didn't give them something downwards
Yeah,
to go
you
up.
didn't have. You can't go up from up. You have to do this with.
That's
with
hella
music.
funny that you say that.
And that's
hella
something I'm
funny.
learning. Still like
just
even
through
the
being
best
in it, yeah.
DJs to me are constantly learning because 1,000 songs come out a week that are like hits.
Of course, yeah.
You know,
But you never want to play all the hits. You want to have a
but you
very
have to
steady
constantly,
progression.
like sprinkle those into your sets,
Yeah.
right? The big ones. So it's like, where do those fit in? How do where do I play those songs? Do I play this back to back? It's just a lot that goes into it.
Yeah.
And there's a podcast that I listen to religiously called
Or to whoever.
Earth to Whoever. Has nothing to do with DJing, but it's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
This podcast called DJ Life.
Ooh, shit.
And
Who
he just-
who hosts it or who's the DJ?
His name's DJ Cred, who's like an I think Miami-based DJ.
Nice.
But he's doing it.
Nice.
And he has the connects. So
Yeah.
he just had like the founder of Mixcloud.
Nice.
He's had DJ Vice, one of the biggest DJs in the world.
Damn.
He's had all just amazing DJs.
But it's just dope that he's doing it, and
And
then you get a hold of it. You're like, this is
it's
cool to
so
hear.
vital. Like I tell all my friends or people that
DJ
are
homies,
coming
yeah.
up or like
Listen
like
to the fucking what's it called?
DJ Life with
DJ
Cred.
Live podcast. You can find that on iTunes.
Yeah.
Shouts out DJ Live.
Yeah, so it's like going back to just podcasts in general, like they're so important to me. Like
They are. It's an open conversation.
I'd much rather be in a room with you guys talking, hanging out like we are now.
Of course.
But if I can't do that, if I'm like at the gym or wherever, like the next best thing is to listen to you guys talking.
And then you feel like you're part of the conversation.
yeah. And what are people really doing? They just want to tell stories or talk. So it's like
Yes,
I'm not
that's
there
what
to
I'm
do that.
saying.
Okay,
Yep.
well, let me just listen to
That's
you.
how I feel when I started hopping on pods. I was like,
You might-
it's just cool to listen to because I'm like a fly on the wall now, and the content, whether I agree with it or not, is always fascinating because you are getting
like
different.
a fucking restaurant recommendation.
Exactly.
Like, oh, shit,
Because I follow a lot of different podcasts, and it's just fascinating because you hear different perspectives, you're open to other things, and it is open conversation. At least the ones I listen to, where sometimes it does open you to like different things or different, whatever it is.
Yeah.
So I was like, man, it's
agree.
dope though.
Yeah, man.
Look at that, super DJ over here. So, are you? What are you? What's your
I'm a Jew.
whiteness? Oh, 100%.
You did mean that.
No, I already knew that. We talked about it before.
I'm like, I'm just white.
But white
most part.
Jewish.
I'm my dad's Jewish. My whole dad's side of the family's all Jewish.
What's that like for everybody that doesn't know? Because I don't know. I remember we had this
Then
conversation
my
at a
mom's
terminal.
like, my mom's like, Christian, just like as far as her practice or whatever. And then
Yeah.
or she was,
Yeah.
growing up, and she's like Russian and Norwegian and just
Why is that
real
with white
white,
people? 'Cause,
blonde, blue eyes.
When you hear that with white people, it's interesting because it's like, you ask a white person, like, oh, what are you? Some people like, I'm American. Or some people don't ask. But when you do ask, a lot of them have that kind of answer where it's like, a quarter Dutch, this and that. I'm like,
for sure.
I don't know how that factors in. It's definitely fascinating for sure.
Well, we
Anglo-Saxon.
I don't know. I guess I relate or kind of gravitate more towards the Jewish side.
Of course.
Just because that's kind of my dad was super about that.
Super rich.
No.
So is that
I wish.
Is that real? Is that a real?
I think it is partially real. Man, no, that's a stereotype. I mean, that's not how my family is at all. But
Watch me go over there, look in the mansion. He's like,
Yeah.
it's not even.
no, it's a small mansion.
It's hella small. It's like 4,000 square feet. That's hella
There's
small.
one pool. It's
Yeah.
it's moderately
Yeah,
sized.
that's like port.
It's a half-court tennis court. Don't
But
even
that is
worry
weird
about
though, because dude, like seriously, like Jewish people, like how many Jewish people do you know?
it. Noah Warren.
Noah Warren. Shouts out Noah Warren. That's my boy.
That's
how
a
many Jewish
Jewish
people
ass
do you know?
name too.
Noah.
Yeah,
Warren.
exactly.
Noah
And you're
Warren.
the second one I had. That's why when we talked about it, I
Yeah,
hella
yeah.
asked you hella questions because I was like, I'm fascinated.
Well, I'm not a great person to talk to about this because, like I said, my mom was Christian, my dad was Jewish, so they didn't really. I didn't.
Yeah, you didn't get a lot of that
Yeah, I didn't.
Jewish
I didn't
lifestyle.
Do the bar mitzvah.
Oh, you didn't?
No, I didn't.
Dreidel.
I played dreidel before.
Boom.
We celebrated Hanukkah, Passover,
Hanukkah.
but we also celebrated Christmas. And
That's the best of both worlds then.
Christmas. Oh yeah, it was lit. It was lit. December is lit.
That's a lit ass. Hey, so we're gonna
lifestyle.
bros, we're gonna have Hanukkah, guys, and then
No, it's funny
and then
'cause-
we're gonna have Christmas.
We're gonna keep this party
Yeah,
going.
it's funny because Hanukkah changes. Like, I don't know how it works, but sometimes it's
Me neither.
Sometimes
Middle of the month,
Sometimes at the end of the month. Sometimes it almost carries over into January.
So would y'all just change the dates up whenever you want?
I don't know
or-
how they do it, but
It's the Jewish calendar.
everybody likes Christmas.
Of
Christmas
course.
is the shit, right?
And you just keep it rolling.
So we just like Hanukkah was kind of our little like. It was kind of like, all right, you're gonna get a fucking paperweight, and on the second day of Hanukkah, you're gonna get like a handshake. Like you
Yeah.
really ain't getting nothing.
yeah.
We're
So-
saving this shit for
Yeah,
Christmas.
like we're gonna give you the video game or whatever on
We saving the good shit.
Christmas,
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're always just like whatever. But the food is dope. The
Yeah.
food,
What do you guys eat?
some things you guys probably never heard of. You guys
Like
be
gefilte fish? Like what are you talking about?
No, that
Hey,
shit
I'm
is
trying.
disgusting.
I'm learning.
You probably know because you're a chefery.
I'm trying. I don't kick with a lot of Jewish people. What do you guys eat?
We do
Spotted
these,
dick.
potato latkes.
Dude, potato latkes are dope.
Off
But
the
that's
hook,
like a
right?
very universal thing. But go ahead. Those
Is
are
it?
good. Yeah.
So
latkes, yeah.
the way they do it is they dip it in applesauce and sour cream or sour cream, not together.
Yeah.
That doesn't sound bad at all.
Dude, it's fucking hella good.
Is it?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
really good. If
Potato
they're done
latkes
right,
are fucking
they're supposed to be
Potatoes
real
and applesauce?
thin.
They're almost like super cool, like hash browns.
Shit, I'm gonna butcher this because I can't. This is not what I expected to talk about, so I didn't even.
Hey,
think
that's
about
what
it.
happens when you get on the
There's
pod.
like this dessert dish my grandma used to make that was off the hook. I can't remember what it's called though. It's like a
It's called a cookie.
it's like a dessert casserole
What?
with like cinnamon and like
I would love that.
I don't know.
That
dude.
sounds hella good.
It's amazing.
See?
It's just the cinnamon casserole.
I'm learning shit right now. Like, I
yeah.
don't even know.
I can't remember what it's called. Obviously matzo ball soup
Matzo balls are hella good. Yeah.
Spotted dick.
off the.
You ever see that shit?
Spotted it. Oh, like when I went pee, like earlier? Like what are you talking about?
That's a UTI infection.
Nah, I was walking through the grocery store. I swear to God. I
And
was
then
walking
you
through the
took your
grocery
pants down
store.
and you were like spotted dick.
And you know how they have like the Asian aisle and then they have like the Mexican food.
The Asian
and
aisle's whack, by the way, because that's
Yeah.
like a quarter of a fucking
There was
aisle.
a can and it says spotted dick.
you
Swear to
buy
God,
it?
no, I took a picture of it though. I was like, "What is this?
What is spotted dick?
Spotted dick. Look it up. I don't know. It's
Kugel. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah,
of.
Kugel. Oh, Kugel's so fucking good.
Google. That sounds like a
It's
sexual
like- it's like-
Yeah, that's called
Hey,
the
what's
exercise
up?
that women
Hey.
do to tighten
yeah,
their
they're
pussies.
Google.
It's
The
like-
Google exercise.
I did a Kugel.
We know nothing about women's like health, fashion,
Google.
anything.
Hey, did you do your Google
We know
exercise
nothing.
today?
Yeah,
I'm trying to get in.
keep them Kugels tight.
yeah, make sure that shit's tight.
Yeah.
Being Jewish American right here, man.
There's some weird stuff like we had some Jewish family friends growing up because we didn't really do the Passover, which is like that's
Very
Jewish.
traditional.
That's the Jewish New Year basically,
Yeah.
and you do this weird stuff where you like they'll talk about the the First Testament or whatever, and then like they'll eat foods that represent
that I've heard
experience.
of that. Yeah.
So like I guess they were throwing sheep. Dead
What?
They were sacrificing lamb.
Hold on. They were throwing.
No.
They were throwing sheep.
In the Bible, not at the house.
There's Angry Birds and
Hold on, I
shit.
gotta check the levels, though. Hey, P, can you get them levels? We're hella peaking at certain things.
Are we?
You know the levels that we were getting low on? Just double check the levels on those.
Yeah.
It's getting lit.
Yeah.
So
Hey,
we
move
buy
your
a
cup. I
sheep.
can't see.
We buy a sheep and we throw
we
it.
throw
up.
it.
No. That's what was happening in the Bible. So we just have a piece of lamb to represent that.
Nah, Joey just needed to fucking do it like blood sacrifice at the house.
At our baby mansion.
Like I said, I'm the wrong guy to ask about this
That's
stuff.
the right guy. You're the right guy. This is our introduction. Damn, Hulk. Hey, relax, bro. Hey, this will DK.
Hey, just hold your mic for the next pod.
See what happens? Start talking about Jewish stuff.
Shit
Yeah,
starts
man.
breaking.
Shit starts going to hell.
No, but that's,
I didn't even mean that. But
yeah, you did. You did mean that. I don't edit this shit, so whatever you say is whatever you say.
For real?
For real. I don't edit
Stop.
it.
Hey, you know what I was thinking?
were you
Just
thinking?
to totally change the subject.
He's about to go deep somewhere. I feel
No,
it.
not
Do
that
you-
deep. But I've been listening to your guys' podcasts and they're dope.
What happened?
And I listen to a lot of podcasts.
Yeah.
You guys need some sound effects. Speaking of that,
Oh, I don't know how to.
Dude,
I
I-
heard you could plug it to your computer. I just don't know how to do
Maybe
it.
you know.
there's a million ways to do that.
One of my friends was
Can
telling
you
me that
help
there's like a beat pad,
Yeah,
but you
yeah.
can get like sounds, like just random sounds.
Yeah,
but it
you
looks
know
like a little NPC.
Our
can
podcast
do
is
it
about
on
to
your
become
phone.
just
Yeah.
DJ.
Just soundboard. Just look up soundboard.
Yeah, I heard about that. I just thought I heard about how to connect
Yeah,
it.
and then
Help me out with
eighth-inch
that.
connect into your mixer.
Yeah, because I
and
love
then
sound effects. I
it's
love
lit.
sound effects.
We'll get some going right now while we're just hanging out.
Yeah, figure it out.
There's
See?
a Diplo one that's pretty funny that has like
Which one?
it definitely has all the classic DJ.
Dude, my favorite Diplo
Sounds.
song is "Set It Off." The music video is so dope. You ever heard of it?
Yeah, of course.
You ever seen the music
The
video?
one with DMX in it.
Love that.
Hey, did you guys see?
That's what I was
Did you see Bieber on the Grammys?
No, I didn't.
That was clean. Dude.
What'd he do?
Yeah.
Did he perform or was he just kicking it?
Bieber's singing. Well,
Yeah.
he was also kicking it, but he
Yeah.
sang.
Yeah.
And Diplo's on like the mallet drums.
And then
Oh,
Skrillex,
shit.
Skrillex is on the guitar.
Damn.
I like it.
Oh yeah, it was good.
What's your take on Bieber?
Bow,
Boom.
son.
We got it. I think I know how to connect that, so I'll be able to connect it to
just
the next
need
pod.
A little cable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where you going? What are you
I
doing?
mean, that's kind of like that's good to have. Just
no, I
that
hella
one.
like that because I heard it on other pods too when they're able to connect it and just have like the clips, so we can just kind of go through that through pre-editing. See, that's why we have a DJ on.
Like when we go from one subject to the next,
Yeah.
just hit that ba, 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 for me.
want to get hella like cut up vines.
Like the plants.
Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, why?
What?
To plant them? Like, what are you talking about? Silly motherfucker.
Oh yeah, like all the viral stuff, right? Like
What
who
are you
ain't got
looking
no bitches, like stuff like that.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
Yeah. So Earth to whoever, we be making changes mid.
But that's what I'm saying, though, having a DJ on board,
Mid-cast.
this is the kind of stuff that we need.
yeah.
Because trust me, we were doing some podcasts on the settings were all fucked up when we first did it. Like I didn't realize like having all that shit near the microphones caused hella feedback.
Oh yeah.
That's why I was like, what the fuck is this? But we're learning. Hey, everybody should do their own goddamn podcast. That's what needs to happen. You need to do a DJ Live one too, man.
Oh yeah. I thought
Like do
about
your
it.
own though, but not DJ Live.
thought
But just
about it.
you
I
should.
definitely
You and the
thought
Fame
about
homies like, yo, this is like Fame Pod. Like,
Yeah. I
Whatever.
listened to another podcast. These dudes, that's a club in like the San Jose area called Taste,
nice,
and they do a podcast, and their night is supposed to be super dope.
super dope. Yeah,
I've never been there, but
gotta go.
they do a thing called Gossip Guys. The next day,
Yeah,
they'll all get
about
together.
the night before.
Either the night before, but they also
Or just
like
other
hit,
stories and just talk
other
shit.
topics,
Yeah.
and it's cool. It's really cool.
That's what you guys should do.
They'll have their door guy. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Like,
nice.
He'll tell stories.
See,
from the
that'd
night
be hella
before.
dope
It
right
is.
there.
It's a great
Look
idea.
out for it. Joey's about to come over the pod probably in the
I'm
next
about to
like
steal yo shit.
3 months. But that would be dope though. You should just be called like fucking the morning after. Like boom,
Yeah.
Fame Mondays.
dude. You know what I'm saying?
Fame Mondays.
Fame
I'm saying?
Mondays.
Like bacon and eggs. Like what's this? Oh, we talk about the morning after.
Yeah. And
Like
I-
yo, everybody, I just met this girl.
The morning
she
after.
over here.
Just call it.
Hop her on
Plan
board.
B. Plan B podcast.
That's fucked up.
Plan B
Just
podcast.
how many times you been to Planned Parenthood? Keep it real.
None. Oh, actually, I think we did go once.
To Planned Parenthood.
several.
Hey, that's one of those things though. It's hella nerve wracking to go in there. You're like, man,
It
and then
is.
somebody recognizes
The first
you.
time it is. The first time it is.
After a while, you're like, oh, what's up, Joey?
After a while-
Hey, what's up?
Once you're, I got an actual rewards card.
It was like a gold member.
It's like 9 stamps. Your 10th STD is cured for free. No.
Hey, that's just gonna. We're not gonna play that shit all day.
Somehow I knew my when I got on this podcast, it was gonna be not intellect. It was gonna be dumb.
Nah, sometimes you get intellectual.
That's. I think that's what
We
all of
just
our podcasts
Like
are.
Chad's was so lit.
Chad's was lit, but
Chad's
we were
like
getting
mind-blowing.
lit on that
Deep.
one.
Yeah, we going shallow.
We got a
tonight.
little deep on that suicide watch. That was pretty deep.
Yeah.
We just talk about people like flying over the
Yeah,
Aurora Bridge and just
I
falling
was
into
like-
people's houses. I was like,
Like, all right, my fucking workout's over.
damn.
Going home.
That's hella fascinating though, because he was like, that's
It was,
the
it was.
second most like
Yeah,
bridge
yeah.
that people
Yeah.
commit suicide. I was
Yeah.
like, I learned something.
How many?
21.
People is never going to talk on the pod again. It's just going to go all through these.
Hey, people, what do you think?
21.
That's how many times I've been to Planned Parenthood.
Like last month.
His dick was looking like.
This is horrible. See? This is why we can't do that. Fuck your ideas. This is about to just become a DJ pod where we're just doing samples to each other.
I did a
You know who
pod.
does it?
We tried to do a podcast a while back ago with my friends,
Yeah.
and we got the sound effects, and my buddy was in control of them, and he fucked the podcast up.
It just
every
got out
time.
of
Got
yeah,
out
It
too
just
much.
got way too
Yeah.
out of
But
hand.
that's like those
Yeah, it was
radio.
like-
That's like those radio shows that just like every 3 seconds it's like.
Like Smoke Flex,
I was
bro.
I was a heavy pot smoker back then, and I was smoking during the podcast and stuff. So everything I would say was like, borderline, like didn't really make sense. So he would just hit him with the smoke weed,
and then it would just be a whole bunch of these clips and samples.
he cut me off and stuff. So yeah,
Maybe we'll do that like once a month.
yeah, it's kind of like a DJ. Like
Yeah.
I don't be hitting that horn all the time.
Yeah.
I find my
need to
key
find a
moments
better
to hit
one.
that
Unless you
horn.
like hella faded, you're like,
Yeah,
He just holds it. Just
you got to know when.
yeah, it's got to be timely.
Yeah.
See, here we go. You about to just be on it all day.
The podcast is the ice cream shake. The sound effects is the cherry on top.
See, sometimes
It's a
you don't get it
garnish.
because they forget them fake ass red ass cherries that are fucking not real.
maraschino cherries.
Yeah, maraschino cherries.
There's plastic cherries. What are those?
Fucking bullshit. All right, let's get deep then. We got about 5 minutes. Let's talk deep since Joey's upset that we didn't talk deep enough.
Yeah.
Let's go deep, Joey. What's up? Where do you want to go? Where do you want to go deep with?
I don't know. It's your show.
Huh? Tell me.
Indeed.
What's deep?
Think of something.
Since we got a DJ on,
Yes.
we were talking about DJs now. And
Oh,
yeah,
that's
yeah.
right.
What's your take on that?
What's your take
DJs
on like
now as opposed to what?
As opposed to like festival DJs.
festival DJs versus
Festival DJs versus traditional vinyl.
like DMC, DJ Craze,
Well,
DJ
have you
Q
heard?
Birds?
Yeah, have you heard on SoundCloud 2 Cents by DJ
Yeah,
Craze
of course.
and
And
Four Color Zach?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Incredible.
Incredible.
Yeah.
So where do you
It's-
stand on that? You stand against the traditionalists, or you stand against?
I think they're two totally different things. You can't really
That's what we
compare
talked
them.
about, yeah.
You
Can't
can't
put it
compare
in a
them. They're not the
box.
same thing. It's like
Do you think it's unfair that argument's even happening?
I think the only part that kind of sucks is that those festival guys are called DJs because they're not DJs. They're
But
producers.
what
pushers.
should they be called? Let's think about that.
Producers.
Because
Good
that's the
question.
kind of thing we kind of talked about too.
Artists, musicians. I mean, they're producing. They're
Mhm.
making these songs from scratch in the studio.
Yeah,
That's what
And they're
gives them
playing their own
the
shit.
platform.
yeah, exactly.
And they're playing their own shit.
Yeah.
And if
Yeah.
they play some other stuff, it's because it's a music festival and people just want to dance and party. So
yeah,
like,
exactly. So you
they're
kind of
playing
tweak
other
it a little
music,
bit
so
for the people. Yeah,
I get it. Yeah, they're technically DJing in that sense of the word, but
it's way far from it than what it
it's-
traditionally is. Yeah,
the average person just they don't even I've heard people say like killer mix, bro. Like that's not a mix, that's a song.
yeah. I produced this motherfucker. Like you're
That's
tripping.
a song.
Start to
3-hour
finish.
song.
A mix is like
That's what I'm saying.
You know,
See,
mixing
so that's
two
what's
songs
interesting
together.
because we did have this conversation at length, and it's like, what could be the distinction? Because it does get hazy when it's just a general overview, like it's a DJ. That's like saying like, I'm a rapper or I'm a hip hop artist, where it's like, I could go different routes now. There's like a lot of different sub. Where, for one, my opinion, fuck the labels. But it just sucks because people want to consume something in such an easy way where it's like, well, what are you?
Yeah.
What is? That's always the question.
Well, you had that argument years ago, and they were talking the difference between like, a guy who plays an electric guitar and a guy who
Plays
makes
actual,
music on an MPC or
Exactly.
beats, whatever
Yeah.
you want to call it. Like that's not a musician.
Yeah.
Like, it's like that kind of argument is out
It's
the window
irrelevant because where we're at you know,
You see
this day and
A-Rab,
age.
that's crazy.
Yeah, have you
A-Rab's
ever seen
nuts.
A-Rab?
Yeah, I mean
music?
that's he's playing that like an instrument. I
Yeah.
mean, you can't really argue with that,
Like,
right?
Nah.
the speed.
And
is
there's
hands.
and there's
Skill,
there's
man. It
there's
takes super skill.
there's turntablists who play the turntable like an instrument. you know?
Exactly.
They have for years. Kubert
Yeah.
and those guys.
Exactly.
Yeah,
For a long time, producing
long time.
straight tracks off of what they do.
I think that is totally different from rocking a party.
Yeah, being a
club DJ.
club DJ or house DJ.
And that's totally different from being like a festival music
Yeah.
producer / you know.
Do
what-
you ever
yeah,
have these
that's-
conversations with the DJs you fuck with, or have you ever heard of these conversations happening in the industry?
yeah, sure.
What is the overall take if you ever had to?
It's
know?
different, you know. Different people. Like I think the older generation is a little bit more set in their ways. But
Of course.
I think the good, successful DJs that do it are open-minded
Yeah,
and allow
because it does evolve.
change. Yeah.
Yeah, like when fucking Mixer on Mike and Qbert and Apollo hopped on DMC, motherfuckers weren't ready for that.
No, not at all.
You know what I'm saying?
The
Like it was like,
you know, it's a bit like a ongoing argument is like CDJs versus turntables.
Turntables,
like,
yeah.
You know, with vinyl.
Yeah.
You know, the vinyl is just controlling the computer.
Of
so
course.
it's not real like records, but
yeah,
it's
when you break it down.
you're controlling the computer.
Yeah.
With the turntable, and
Yeah.
you're controlling the computer with the CD turntable. So
Yeah.
it's like it's the same exact fucking.
Yeah,
thing,
it's
in my
just
opinion.
this is a CD and this is a vinyl.
Yeah.
It's the same thing.
And
yeah.
then there's like different softwares. There's Tractor, and then there's Serato,
Yeah.
and then there's the controllers, the all-in-one units.
one
that-
unit, and then there's separates,
and then there's like the mixer
MPC.
with 2 turntables.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like what? Not MPC. That has
I've
nothing.
seen I've seen people rock parties with the VCI, or you know the Vestax VCI, the little
Yeah.
controller.
Yeah,
I've
yeah,
seen
yeah.
people rock like crazy ass parties
For
with that.
sure.
It's just all about your library of music.
I mean,
but then you go back to their spot and they have turntables, they have
Mm-hmm.
CDJs. You know what I mean? They have
I'm from the school of like if you're a party rocker, that's your job.
Yeah.
And you're doing that.
it doesn't matter what you're
I don't
doing.
give
you know?
a
That's what I'm
fuck how you're
saying.
doing it.
That's what's interesting
I
because
was-
you try to
I was
get
talking
on.
to Chad, and we were talking about this little box that's out. It's not an NPC, but it's a.
Come on,
it's
Joey, you know what it
crazy.
is.
It has keys all over it, but when you hit the key and you move it,
Oh yeah,
changes the
yeah,
sound.
yeah.
It's like a music box or something, sound box or something.
MIDI fighter.
Yeah, MIDI fighter.
Yeah, I have one of those.
The original one was like the Street Fighter button.
Yeah.
Damn,
I have
it's a
one.
DJ thing.
Yeah.
No, I mean it's more of a
Well,
producer thing.
Yeah.
Oh,
But Chad was saying that he went to some party and some dude was his whole set. He was just standing there with it, hitting it and like moving it, the whole thing. And Chad was like, "Yo, what's that guy doing?"
Yeah,
And went
and
up
that's-
and it was a MIDI
That's
fighter.
doable.
yeah.
That's for sure.
And
doable.
that was his set. I
Yeah.
mean, that
Yeah.
was
I think that's what's interesting. I think whatever is happening in the DJ world, or that is, it's there's more subcultures or sub ways to do it.
There's
now.
just different. It's 2 different things. One thing you're doing is you're performing. You're a performance.
That's
artist.
one thing.
That's what I would consider what
exactly
you're
performance.
talking about. You're
Yeah,
performing.
live performance. Yeah,
And there's like battle technical DJs like the 4 Color Zach.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
like
Something
showing
else.
How dope you are.
yeah. Something
That,
else
like,
on technical skills, like
Technical
boom.
skills like real traditional.
Yeah.
Like, scratching.
This is a lost
beat
art.
Juggling.
Yeah.
It's not even that lost. Like they do the Red Bull 3 style. It's still
Ah,
very
sure, yeah,
very.
yeah. relevant.
A-track, you know, A-track.
Yes, A-track
Kind of
shots,
make.
yeah.
He does a lot to like keep that alive.
Yeah, A-Track.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
then there's the third thing, which is like club DJs.
Yeah.
And that's like you kind of have to stick to a code because you're walking into a new environment every single time. They have their specific equipment already laid out for you.
And you have to work within that range.
There's
yeah.
probably an opener who's playing already.
Yeah.
And your job is to come in seamlessly and quickly change over.
Yeah,
And
without
he's-
anybody noticing.
Without
Yeah.
anybody noticing, getting
Yeah.
on the mic and being like, my name is blah, 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 blah,
Yeah.
and continuing to play.
Yeah.
And doing that in a way that you don't have to set up a bunch of equipment and do all
Yeah,
this
do a whole
crazy
bunch of
stuff.
stuff,
So it's
yeah.
like you're kind of stuck with, not stuck, but you have to learn kind of the rules.
Yeah.
And then once you're in there, you can then be creative in how you basically program the music and drop the music and play
Yeah.
the music and where you start the songs and which
Yeah.
songs you play at what times. So it's 3 different things. So there's no real like
One thing, definitely.
it gets mixed up a lot.
Yeah.
And people think one thing is another. Like they think the festival guy is the same as the club guy, but
Which
they're
it isn't. Totally different
two
worlds.
Totally different worlds. But
Damn.
you know,
Look at that. See, dropping out.
So-
That was deep.
if you're coming on next, say you're the second, third DJ,
uh-huh.
is there like a do you guys like sync mix it or playlist? Like How do you know if this guy's playing?
Can you come in on this song?
Yeah.
I've seen Billy
No, like,
Lane
say-
and Epic do it.
Yeah.
Like, yo, come in on this song, or you pick a song, and then I'll come in on that because I have something queued up for that song.
Yeah, technically, I mean, typically I'll just like peek over his shoulder and see
where he's at going.
just see the tempo that
Yeah.
he's on. If he's
And
at
then
100
you
beats
just
per
match,
minute,
yeah.
I'll find a song that I want to start on.
And then you're good.
And then some mixers allow 2 serratos to play at once.
Oh, sick.
And then you just mix over the top of what he's playing, and you switch over to your
And then you're on.
channel, and then he unplugs, and you're done.
So
Other times, like what we do at Fame, is like we don't have that ability over there. So I have a CD or a thumb drive with songs,
Yeah.
transition songs.
Yeah.
I'll put the CD in the CD player, press play on that song,
And then have
mix
him
that
cue
in,
it up. Yeah.
and then unplug my laptop while the CD's playing. So you have to get that done in 2 minutes.
Damn.
It has to be really fast.
So there's never repeating. You guys never repeat songs.
I mean, you do if you weren't at the club all night, then how are
You don't know
know
what the fuck he was playing.
Hey, even when I'm at the club all night, sometimes I'm
You
like,
forget
oh,
too. You're like, I'm playing this shit 3
Fuck
times.
it.
Fuck this
Jump
shit's
in,
lit.
jump in, jump in.
Yeah, I'm lost in the sauce. I'm not paying attention to what they
Lost in the
The
sauce.
Got to make a shirt. That's how.
Yeah.
No,
It's lost in the
ideally, you
sauce.
should be, paying attention to what the other guy's playing. I've had guys be like, because every song you play gets kind of cataloged in the software.
Oh, sick. Okay, so
your
you're aware
history.
of where you're at. Yeah.
Well, and I've had guys come up to me and be like, "Hey, pull up your history
Yeah.
while I'm playing." So I'll pull
Yeah.
up, and he'll just look real quick and see like
Who fucked with what?
Okay,
what
cool.
you played.
Alright, what heaters did he play?
Like,
Yeah,
yeah, exactly. If you're a good DJ, you left the whole. If you're a good opener, you left it all open.
Yeah.
You rocked
Yeah.
the
You,
crowd,
you
but
get
you
it
didn't
there,
play
but
any
then you
of the
play
tracks.
no heat. Yeah, and then you let the dude
And
go.
if you're a good headliner, you know what the guy should have not played.
Yeah, before you coming in.
If that makes sense.
Look at that.
And if you play one
yeah.
song twice,
So,
come on,
it.
man.
hey, so if you're the opener and you're playing all the fire, the dude's
That's
like,
an
hey,
asshole opener. That
you're an
opener
asshole.
will never be booked
You're
again.
never coming back.
That's a fool trying to make
I
it
was
happen.
definitely that guy.
Ah, you asshole.
Hey, this motherfucker played all the songs I was about to play.
Everybody left before fucking
10 o'clock.
10:30.
Now I'm the guy. Like now I'll be like, "Are you serious? You're gonna play this right now?"
Yeah,
Before I
you
go on.
asshole,
Like,
motherfucker.
Hey, you're gonna make me play Black
I'm about
Street?
to bump your table, nigga.
no, hey, I honestly like just to finish what we're talking about. Like to be a headlining DJ is easier than being an opening DJ.
course,
To
yeah.
open
Yeah,
is
makes
hard.
sense.
But that's cool though. It's like a self-filtering
Yeah.
system for your whole DJing world, where it's like you have to earn your stripes open,
Yeah, for
and
sure.
understand that dynamic. So when you
Absolutely.
get there, it's cool.
Yeah.
Damn, Joey. Unfortunately, we're out of time. But plug what you got going on. Shouts
Where
out to
can the
anybody.
people
Where can
find
people find
Joey?
you? Anybody you want to shout out
Joseph
to?
One.
Plug your shit. Whatever you want to do, bro. What you got?
I mean, like we said, every Sunday we're at Dive Bar on K Street.
Boom, Sacramento, California.
Sacramento, California for Fame Sundays.
Boom.
Their Instagram is at FV. We do a V instead of an A, so it's upside down an A. FVME_Sundays.
Boom. Where can everybody find you personally?
At Joseph JOSEPH _ONE and the number 1. So
Boom.
Joseph
Joseph
_1.
one.
Anybody want to shout out to? Anybody want to say what's up to? Anything?
Just check out my my Snapchat because it's lit.
It's hella lit.
Hella funny. Yes, thank you. You
And
got
major shout out to you guys for having me.
Oh, dude, thank you.
Shout
Like,
out.
Thank
for
you
real,
for
bro.
blessing
Like,
us.
thank you for coming, man. It was a fucking fun time. I'm like, man, I can't believe an hour already passed by.
I know, man.
Like,
that was
seriously.
fast.
Yeah,
We'll
yeah.
get you back. We'll get you back.
Yeah,
on.
we got people over
back
here.
on.
Shots. The Revac. Deeks and Mill. Joey, thank you for coming on, brother.
Hey, thank you for
Seriously,
having me.
appreciate it. We out here. To whoever, Joey, follow him, find him, fuck with him. Peace, bitches.
We're gonna go drink beer real quick.
Wait.
Yeah.